When I came to Chalkhill, I was a mess. My emotions were up and down and I was terrified.
I was physically shaking because I didn't know what's going to happen.
I thought it was going to be really scary. It wasn't as scary as I thought it was. It's a lot brighter, like the walls and the colour.
In my head, everyone was going to be horrible and loud and all that kind of stuff. In reality, it wasn't that. It was the complete opposite. Everyone was very kind and very welcoming and accepting for who I am and what I needed. You first arrive and you do a 72-hour care plan. The idea for it is just to run through your basic needs and likes, dislikes, just to get so that the nurses and the people that are running the shift can get to know you.
And they go through your struggles and why you're there, and then introduce Chalkhill and what it's about and what's involved when you're there.
With psychology support, it kind of helps you make sense of what you're going through, and I know for me, I've been given lots of books which help you to understand what's actually happening and how you can use strategies to fix it, and I found that the therapists are very understanding and they validate your experience, which is very useful. And another thing that is on during the summer is recovery through activity, which aims to increase your confidence by doing different activities and increasing participation and just getting people talking, really. Another therapy that they do here is DBT, which is all about strategies to use, and it's dialect behavioural therapy and mindfulness strategies, and this also links into In the Moment, which is something that we do in the mornings, which is a mindfulness group which raises your interoceptive awareness and just makes you focus on what you're doing, and that's helpful so you can get rid of the distractions that are going on in your head.
I didn't realise that there was a school on site and that people were able to help me with college and getting applications in for work experience and apprenticeships and helping me with my GCSEs.
The strategies aren't always going to work, and coming here can be difficult. It is difficult because it's a new place, new environment, but you've just got to find the strategies that work and use them and stick to them. And as someone here said to me, it's kind of like going through a toolbox. You shove everything in and then you take all of them out until you find the specific ones that actually work for you.
You have good days, you have bad days. You can be really angry at the staff one day and then other days be like you're doing art with them and working through your problems, and it can be a safe space for many people.
When I was first admitted, for a solid week or two, I was so homesick, and I was like, I don't think it's ever going to go away. After that, there's not that constant wanting to cry and feeling homesick. It does get a lot better.
It's a massive mix from 12 to 18, but everyone seems to get on. So everyone knows that you're in the same boat here, and then you start to make friendships or you start to know people. Being able to do activities, go to groups together.
It's okay to be afraid, but you don't need to be defensive. I hid away in a corner, and I remember that one of the young people on the ward came over and asked if I was all right, and that's the first time I've spoken to someone like my age about this kind of stuff, and it was really insightful to know that I wasn't the only person that was kind of feeling like I was.
It's not like a summer camp, it's like a place where you go to get better. And you're going to have hard times where you just don't want to be involved in anything and you just want to sit in the corner, but the staff are always there to talk to you.
I've had psychological support from 2 different people now, and also things to help with my sensory difficulties, so like occupational therapy, and lots of different group therapies, so like art, relaxation, music, all sorts of things. They're helpful because you just take your mind off it and you don't actually realise that you're doing therapy, you're just doing something fun.
Personally, I loved rhythmics because you're able to be creative with music. Although I'm not great at music whatsoever, it was being given the chance to improve and work on stuff, as well as yoga, because I like to stretch and be active. I absolutely love the dogs. So we get visits from pat dogs, so they're pets of therapy dogs. Like, you get to cuddle them, pet them, give them treats, and they're just so fluffy.
You learn a lot of coping mechanisms here. I think that's the main basis of being here, learning coping mechanisms to be able to use them back out in the community. So many things like fidgets, breathing exercises. Although everyone says they're rubbish, they can work.
You are able to do like home visits and stuff, sometimes with staff, sometimes on your own. And so you're able to kind of keep that communication between you and your family, and they can come visit you.
Sometimes the ward does get unsettled and some things do happen and alarms go off, which can unsettle the ward, but you get used to it.
I think after school is finished, sometimes if we don't feel up to activities, then there's quite a long period of time before we go to bed. And a lot of people just struggle at night time in general because it is a lonelier time, even when you're in a place full of people.
You're never really alone in how you feel, and there's always someone to talk to. Everyone's really nice, and even if you're worried on the first day, which is normal, you won't be worried within a week because you'll just kind of feel at home.
The transition from here to home it's almost scary. At home you won't have that 24-hour support that you're able to get here.
Leaving it is hard as well. Leaving it behind is hard, but there's a day service which I'm in currently, and so it's like a transition from hospital to home.
Zones of Regulation is a group, and I know as a teen emotions are very difficult to navigate, so this group helps you learn to understand and manage your emotions, which is very helpful for getting back out into the community. And that's really the aim of therapy here, to get you back out there so you can live life as you want to.
Moving on has been incredible. I have freedom. I've got Urgent Help, which is a team like an outreach team that come to your house, support you, work through different problems, take you out sometimes. I've got different people that I know I can talk to. I can send them a text, or if I'm struggling, I'm able to know that as much as I will have my bad days and I will have down days and there will be blips and I will feel like I'm not able to cope, but a lot of time I can cope when I'm laughing and I'm having so much fun. I'm out of Chalkhill and it's a journey that you have to kind of run on. I feel like there was a change inside me and I got given skills and they really helped me to get out of a bad place and keep myself safe and hopeful.